Hello everyone and welcome to another Danganronpa 2 stream. A little further away from the camera for some reason. Yeah. Going live a little early today. Just like a few minutes early because I don't have anything more to set up. My cat just got off my lap so I can kind of get close to the camera now. But yeah, my cat's here. She's not usually here, but she's here today, I guess. If she wants to leave, I'll let her out, but I mean, at the moment she's just chilling. Speaking of just chilling, we were just chilling doing an investigation last time. So we can hop back into that today. I think we kind of just ended abruptly, but we had at least determined like a few of the things that had happened. The tragedies and whatnot. We got off the 5th floor of the Hope's Peak Academy, whatever it is. Oh, it also says chapter 0 and 6, I just realized. Which is fun, because we started off with chapter 0 and then we moved into chapter 6. That was cool. Still have these two things missing. I wonder what they are. We can still go into extras and whatnot, but yeah. Hey Flo! How are you doing, by the way? We were chatting before stream, but I didn't actually ask how you were doing. Oh yeah, we get this, oh boy. We get dark spots sometimes. Like, what happens to film when it's eaten up, I guess? It'll be alright. I'm glad to hear that. Can I see my cat? Okay, she doesn't want to get close to the camera. Happy to be hanging out with Hajime. It's better than hanging out with Makoto. So last time we read all the mangas of Monokuma's Destruction. I'll be alright as well. I'm looking forward to basically finishing my exams tomorrow. Because it's technically a lie. I have one exam also on Monday, but I just don't count it because it's Java programming and I've done that for like 5 years. But yeah, anyway, what were you doing? We don't have a map available to us. How's our pet? Are you dead yet? No. Pet is not dead. Music room? Why don't we go in here? I guess it's... Oh, the other one's blocked off. I remember the 4th floor. I remember enjoying the 4th floor when we found it. And I remember being quite sad about the mystery that pertained to the chemical lab. Chemistry lab? That's correct. Chemical lab. Okay, so it seems like they're all blocked off. So we have to go to the music... Hey, we found a secret Akane, though. Nearly done with exams. Actual Pog? Yeah. Then I get to get basically a month off, which is nice. I get my birthday off, which is really nice. I mean, it would have been a Saturday anyway, but it's nice to think, hey, I actually get to relax for a bit. And read books for next semester. I do have some cool seminar electives that I sign up for English though, so that's great. Kane's twitching her nose like a beast and examining her surroundings. Where did my cat go? Must have walked into one of the rooms nearby. Hey, what happened?
Based on my gut feel.
Well, you know, it's just my gut, but I feel like someone's getting closer. Huh? What do you mean? Who?
So...
I don't know, it's just my gut after all.
It's just my gut!
That was a cool Nekomaru line. Oh, there you are, Bill. Okay, she's now under my desk. But still, her gut is pretty impressive. For some reason, it's strangely intuitive. And Monokuma did say something about the main cast coming. It's surprising, but her gut must be correct again this time. Okay, well, let's go into the music room then. That's not the music room, it should be this way. I'm trying to remember what the layout is of this school. It's been a while since we've been here. Just the music is quite loud. This looks weird. This looks like the music room. Does it? Does your music room have a floating stone in it? And I think that's the Mirai symbol. Have you done hanging out with these betas? Is that a gaming joke? I don't know. I feel like I can see something strange. There's a few things that I see that are strange. There's a hologram over here. What is this? Where's it floating in the air? This is like a hologram, right? Are you just gonna sit down over there? The floating letters are forming a sentence. Wow! It looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information. A person who claims to be a survivor of Hope's Peak Academy. Upon further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. They're survivors of Hope's Peak Academy. It's possible that they may be targeted by Ultimate Despair. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. Though I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko Inoshima rallying. In the worst case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. Also, they are survivors of Hope's Peak Academy. We should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating the details of their origins and we haven't located them either. We will continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, oh yes, this was just a fragment of an email. We have received a report from the research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. Survivors of Hope's Peak Academy? 15 students? Is that about us? Excluding Chiaki, she was part of the Future Foundation. There were definitely 15 of us, but what does survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true. The world isn't normal anymore. Maybe. I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we've lost. New World program? Yeah. The Academy survivors. I always find it funny when they use the word Neo in things. Because it's like, just say new. Sometimes. The Academy survivors have been added to the Truth-Build section of your handbook. Now, there's nothing interesting in here besides that, I don't think, except the 10 Commandments over here. Neo sounds cool, to be fair. Are you thinking of that Yu-Gi-Oh card? Elemental Hero Neos? Is that it? Neo sounds like corporate branding. It sounds like what Nintendo does whenever they release the sequel to a console. Looks like it's some sort of monument. Why would there be a monument in a music group? Not just that, the mark engraved into the monument is the symbol of the Future Foundation, right? Matrix character, new. Yes. How are you doing, Microfin? To combat the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. Okay, wait, I actually pressed the wrong button there. Okay, I'm just double checking that I read that correctly. Good, good, glad to hear it. Huh? The Future Foundation was established by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy? Aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokuma, he completely made it up! Future Foundation's origins has been added to the Truth-Build section of your handbook. And very conveniently, it was carved into a monument, a giant slab of stone. I guess that's all the clues in this room. It's trying to confirm the Future Foundation is on our side at least. We were founded by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy, and they took us in to protect us. But if that's true, Chucky should have made that clear to us. Which is an excellent swear. Male and female? What? Wow. Why are all the swears in my chat today? Ah! No, as long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. Monokuma, if he's the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate despairs who caused the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko Inoshima are making us go through this. Also, this caught my attention in the email too. Then why didn't you read it? Oh wait, you did. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email? What's that about? What's the deal with that? The only Future Foundation facility we found was that ancient ruin. There's no way that's the research facility. There really is a research facility on this island. There should be other Future Foundation members here. Somehow there are still so many mysteries. Well, that's why today we're solving them. Piano. It's a very nice looking grand piano. It might be very valuable. Yuki might have been able to play this. Might have. I think the ultimate musician might have been able to play the most commonly played instrument in the world. Citation needed. Oh boy. Do you guys ever get, what's it called? I'll remember in a second. It's basically when your, vision, like, gets blurry in certain sections and it's like a growing circle. Why can't I remember the name for it? It's like stachoma. I think that's the name of it. I used to get those in my matric year, which sucked. It's the worst. Matric is grade 12, or the last year of high school here. Which sucks, because that's when I was writing the most important tests of my high school career, and I couldn't see for some of them. Yeah, like patchy vision. Yeah, my experience of it is like it starts small, like a little bit where like you can't look at it directly, and then it grows and grows, and then it goes away after about 20 minutes, and then you have a headache. Hajime gets it sometimes. Yeah. I didn't get it this bad. Teacher's lounge. My cat is lying down. Enjoying the heater. And what made it worse was that it started happening after the deadline to apply for what are they called? I can't remember now. But when you get extra time because of like something that hinders your ability to write a test, like dyslexia or vision, so I couldn't apply for that. Fortunately, it went away before my exams of that year. Man, oh man, that was bad. I think it was because of a lack of sleep. If I remember right. Well, there's flowers everywhere, so maybe we're gonna do some gardening. It feels different from a classroom. Maybe. It's probably the office, right? I mean, the room kind of has that stuffy teacher vibe to it. Office, huh? Now that you mention it, it does look like that. Well, I don't know the rest of the Office theme. More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere. How much longer is this guy going to be obsessed with Sonia? Give it up already, it's the end of the game. And there's a floating hologram. And there's also a list of subjects and a newspaper clipping? Let's read the hologram first, those are cooler. There are letters floating in the air, like the music room from earlier. Ultimate Light Music Club member, which I guess was too wordy for the English release. What's up, Barbas? Not too late, are you? Only a little bit. No worries, how are you doing? Light Music Club member is quite interesting, though. Is that like a big thing in Japan? A light music clubs? Is that what K-On! Is about? Looks like a passage from an email someone wrote. I think it's the same one from earlier. Guess I should read it. We understand this matter regarding the survivors. No, this is a different email, I'm sure. Anyway, in order to safely acquire them, please do your best and continue your investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the Remnants of Despair. Even though they have lost Junko Inoshima, the fact remains that they are incredibly dangerous. And after her death, the tragedy is not ended. It goes from Ultimate Hole Monitor, aka Mega Dweeb, to Ultimate Moral Compass. Oh, arbiter of all that is good, praise be unto him, reject all false gods. I remember reading that part. It was a bit of a mouthful, but it became very amusing when Kiyotaka yelled it. Perhaps there's still a leader on par with Junko Inoshima. As long as we do nothing about the Remnants of Despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, the Remnants of Despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. What does that mean? Everything is for the sake of a shining future. You just said you're gonna kill them. Immediately eliminated? I'm so glad Hajime is also shocked by that. Does that mean this is in order to kill him? Execute Order 66. That doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I guess that's understandable. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is as terrible as it sounds. It's pretty much all out war. The Remnants of Despair are the ones waging that war. There's no way they'd be forgiven that easily. I don't know what's more confusing, the Danganronpa lore and timeline or Bionicle. Let me tell you, I've had to read quite a few Wikipedia pages to even get a bare bones understanding of the actual Bionicle lore. I'm still not really there yet. The good news is I think I know what my master's thesis is going to be about if I ever write one. Hey look, there's a box from Bungo. Why can't we open the box? Alright, list of subjects then. Oh wait, there's also a file cabinet. That must be interesting. There's something written on the blackboard. I'm trying to see who that is from a distance. It looks kind of like Kyoko, but also Hyoko. What's written here? List of subjects is written on the blackboard in large letters, just below that. Oh, it is Hyoko. Hey look, a box. What do you mean? I don't understand. Am I being ridiculed? Am I being bullied? I'm going into my Jordan Peterson voice, which isn't intentional. So this is subjects. I thought it was going to be school subjects, but no, it looks like the people who were on the island. And they have a picture of Hyoko Saionji. Wait, that doesn't look like Hyoko though. Her names I've seen before. The only thing I can click on is this. The 2 chat threads is very funny. You say so. There's a newspaper posted on the blackboard. Below that, Hyoko Saonji is written there. What is this newspaper? Ms. Hyoko Saonji. She looks much older here. What is this? I can't read this Japanese at all. It's all blurred out. But legal? Oh no. What a terrible way to phrase that. But also, an accurate way to phrase that, I guess. What is this? It says Miss Hyoko Saonji. It can't mean the same Hyoko, right? I mean, the Hyoko we knew. Was very young. She was much smaller and looked more childlike. It was pretty much her defining feature. It was pretty much her entire personality. The photo in this newspaper, in a way I can see the resemblance to Hyoko, but her height and figure, it's too different from the Hyoko we knew. When he says, I can see the resemblance, he means they're wearing the same clothes. What does this mean? I have no idea. Eh? This lady looks pretty mature. Is she Hyoko's older sister or something? No, it says Hyoko Saonji here. Ah, so they were twins. What? I don't know, I thought I'd turn that into a bit. She doesn't even have banana hair. Exactly. Ring, 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 ring. Banana hair. Ah, oh, then Hyoko has an older sister with the same first and last name. This is basically what I said. And it's so much worse coming from the actual game, in my opinion. So much worse that the game just acknowledges my terrible joke like that. An older sister with the same first and last name? Of course they would have the same last name, you idiot.
I mean...
Very small banana hair. A curve? I don't know. That's the only explanation, right? I mean, look at it for yourself. That's not Hyoko. But did you ever hear her mention an older sister?
Man.
Well, it's not like I was that close to her or anything. I mean, she died in chapter 3.
Wrong.
She doesn't have an older sister. Hyoko is the Saonji family's only daughter.
If she doesn't have an older sister, then a relative? No, there's still too much of a resemblance.
What are you saying?
That's Hyoko.
Huh?
Of course.
Well, what are you saying? Hyoko doesn't have a curvy body like this. She's not curvaceous like this. She's not like Miss Sonia level like this.
Kazuichi just goes on for 10 minutes about how hot this version of Hyoko is.
I mean, she was famous for her childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap for looking like that.
Well...
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt.
But backwards? Oh yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that they only had 2 names. But I suppose I've never heard a Japanese person with a middle name. So, yeah, it tracks. What are you saying? She died. She's already dead. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt. She looked taller in that photo, to be fair.
Today...
Well, regardless, all the clues I've provided are true.
All 5 of George Foreman's sons are called George Foreman. Is that true?
If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair.
What's going on?
Oh, what the heck? This is the truth?
This is the truth, and the Hyoko in this newspaper is hot. Is he really saying this is the same person? I mean, she's pretty. Yeah. She seems nicer than the actual Hyoko just based on this photo. So yeah. Well, the one that we knew at least. The Gruel dynasty, or dynasty, I don't know how to say it, will continue. Yeah. That makes sense. And a given name. That's impossible! I mean, how can there be a photo of a grown-up Hyoko when she's already dead? Why does this even exist?
Hey, hey!
Could it be?
Related to that list of subjects over there? Huh?
This is bad.
If it says subjects, maybe it means there was some kind of experiment, right?
There was some kind of experiment.
Did that experiment change Hyoko's body? Oh, what am I saying? Just saying it out loud makes it sound so messed up. What experiment?
Heavyweight boxing career? Yeah, that is the thing, isn't it? If it's some kind of experiment, it would mean that we're also test subjects, right? I mean, our names are also written on the blackboard under that list of subjects. What kind of experiment was it?
What's going on?
What's going on? It better not have anything to do with that time travel.
Why would you name that? Why would you say that? List of subjects has been added to the truth build section of your handbook. I wonder what the maximum level is. There's nothing else here, is there? There's a portrait. An extremely overwhelming portrait is hanging on the wall. What do you mean, overwhelming? I feel like I've seen it before, but the name etched into the placard says... It does. Hope Speak Academy founder, Yuzuru Kamakura. I remember struggling with this name, but also, wasn't this the name of the genius who went bad? Founder of Hope Speak Academy, and this name, Yuzuru Kamakura. Doesn't this clearly contradict the information I obtained earlier? Damn it, another mystery. The Academy's founder has been added to the truth build section of your handbook. He's a RuneScape character that maxed strength and cooking before anything else. RuneScape seems like a lot of fun. I only played it once when I was very young, so I didn't really appreciate it. I also had terrible internet, so I couldn't. I think I played like a tutorial stage and then it loaded forever. Oh wow, you did that very quickly. I wanted to see what the what started the tragedy of Hope Speak Academy? Yeah, okay, so I was right. So to create Yuzuru Kamakura, the ultimate hope. But it also says that's the name of the Academy's founder. Interesting. Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, with this you've totally erased all the flags on this floor.
And that ain't one of them.
Congratulations, Hajime! You shall now go on to the next stage!
Which robots do you love? Tell me. This is a gun. Next stage. Oh, I want to see what's in the box. What's in the box? What's in the box? I actually quite enjoy that movie. Enjoy is a poor choice of words, but I think it's a good movie. 7. Mechamaru's on the list. I'm gonna say Gundam counts as a robot because of his name. Mechamaru and Minimaru are 2 of them. Fair enough. Damn it, not again. The hallway is different from the last time, and also my vision is so much worse. Guess when that flag monochrome I mentioned is raised, I moved to a different hallway than the last. How can you do that? What I find interesting, I don't know how many coding languages this is true for, but a flag is often used to say, kind of notify the rest of the program that something's happened and that it can resume a process. And you can, set like certain actions or events behind a lot of flags in event-based programming. I think that's a common way of describing it. So the coding speak and the gamer talk continues. But how can you do that? No, now's not the time to be confused by that. Thinking about it is just going to waste my energy. Ooh, the tiles are so much nicer than they were previously. Well, when I say nicer, I mean I just prefer this design. But wow. Can I even... Wow, this is really glitchy. Oh man, I remember this floor. And... Not this. Should we try going to the physics lab? It's locked. Okay. Where else are we gonna go? This way? Nope. Maybe to the rec room? Where one true tragedy happened and Celeste faked another. Hello, floating window. Oh, there's a lot of them. This just feels like it's really mocking the first game's cast because they couldn't get to any working windows. They were all blocked up. And now there's an abundance of them. But yeah, the rec room's open. So let's go in there. Play some pool. Wow. Floating balls. There's a billiard table, a dartboard, and a shelf lined with magazines. It's hard to think a room like this actually exists inside a school. There's the locker. There's a file on the table. There's a hologram over there. What's that behind it? What is this? Is that a slot machine? Can't tell. Maybe he said what it was? No. There's the shelf. There's the dartboard. I don't know what that is. Oh well. What's the hologram say? This hologram again. What's this one say? It looks like another email passage. Yeah? Regarding the report we gave you the other day. Makoto's just dumb. Oh, okay. Isn't that what... I'm trying to remember what fantasy series like uses that an excuse for doing magic in public. That people will just pretend it's something that they rationally believe. I think it's a few of them, but I'm trying to think of one in particular. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have finally succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. Though they were all dispersed, we were successful in acquiring all 15 of them. Due to the fact that we are unable to ask them about specific details, it is unknown how they managed to survive the tragedy. It's been reported that some are wounded, so it seems certain that they survived under harsh conditions. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined that they are the same age as the others, so we have decided to entrust them to the survivors of the killing school life. Oh! As for the Remnants of Despair, is that what they mean by it was founded by the graduates? Or the alumni of Hope's Peak Academy? Are they referring to the 6 from the first game? As for the Remnants of Despair, there are still no solid leads regarding this matter. We have no new information to report. We will continue with the investigation. Once they are discovered, we shall eliminate them immediately. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. Despair. Remnants of Despair has been updated. And I feel like we also got, yeah, Hope. Academy survivors. When I don't think we can answer. Fair enough. Where's Toko? Is she okay? But more importantly, where's Sayaka? It says here that they succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. That means we should have been protected by the Future Foundation, right? And why is this happening? If the Future Foundation was protecting us, why were we forced to kill each other on this island? And why are we also in this room that clearly isn't possible? Well, I guess it's not possible that the Future Foundation set this all up.
What's this?
My, Hajime. If you keep worrying like that, you're gonna get a toothache and collapse.
Leon might know where she is. You mean... Oh, my back! Ow! Ow! What was I even gonna say? 11037? It's your fault! What is this hologram thing anyway?
That's exactly what it looks like. They're the Future Foundation's emails. I thought they made the perfect clue, and so I did a little bit of hacking here and there to get them.
You can even do that? Whoever's controlling you seems to possess many talents.
No.
Well, who cares about me anyway? That's not important at all.
There's no way that's not important. His true identity should connect everything to what's happening right now. And there's a file, and a liquor cabinet. Oh no, wait, I'm just kidding. A dartboard, a locker. Can we play darts? It's a dartboard, but this is still a school, right? Or did Monokuma just randomly make this up? It says Monokuma on it. I'm glad it has like a panel for how far away you have to stand. It's a file with Hope's Peak Academy seal on it. And a game of... I don't remember what that's called. Yeah, it says confidential. That means this is a big secret, right? Right. Why would an important document be here? Why am I even asking a question like that? That should have a question mark. Obviously Monokuma is responsible. Anyway, I need to confirm what's inside the file. About the Hope Cultivation Plan. For many years, Hope's Peak Academy has conducted rigorous research into various talents. The Hope Cultivation... Do you know what I just realized? Just realized this. They got rid of the reaction mechanic this entire game. I'm so glad. I hated that mechanic. It was terrible. The Hope Cultivation Plan seeks to use the fruits of our labor to further our true goal. With our hands, we will birth a true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. See on the purple guy? Yeah. It was completely pointless. It was just like an excuse to read the same dialogue over and over and not just have it in one thing. It made no sense. Truly, the program is the next innovation in providing the ultimate. I feel like they had an idea for what they wanted to do with it, but then just ran out of time and already had like some of it built in. Truly, the program is the next innovation in providing the ultimate education. Like maybe they wanted Makoto, who doesn't know how to function as a human being, to pick the right reaction to what they said. It's like Sayaka said, "What?" Instead of Psych is dead. It's like, oh, you chose the wrong reaction. His plan has been the Academy's wish since its foundation, so he must succeed at all costs. Followed was a series of detailed instructions and intricate orders. Execute Order 66. It was full of difficult technical terms, and I had no idea what any of them meant. So I can't read this. However, the word True Hope left a strong impression on my mind for some reason. The Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing True Hope. Hope Speak Academy was behind something like that? I don't really get it, but something about these words. True Hope, huh? It sounds a lot like what Nagito used to say. Hope Cultivation Plan has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Leave now. Leave here? Yes, please. Second floor. Oh, this is a new OST, I think. Looks like I'm in a different hallway again. I'm pretty much used to it by now, but even so. What is this space? Am I dreaming of something? I mean, this is just totally disconnected from reality. We get an 8-bit remix? Oh boy, this is messing with my head a little bit. Hey, it's Akane. Akane, how are you doing? What does your gut say about this?
No.
It's close, it's very close. What is this space? Space. Oh, wait, Oh, I'm thinking of a Rick and Morty song, that's what it is. I'm digging this 8-bit remix though. Someone is coming. See Leon again. Hannah's twitching her nose and examining her surroundings.
Based on my
They're
gut
definitely
feeling.
real close. At least that's what my gut is telling me. Then answer this with your gut. Is it an enemy or an ally? What a... No spoilers, Marcus. Is it an enemy or an ally? Let's see, my gut feeling is... They're both!
Yo,
He's right, they're both. Both? What do you mean?
you.
I don't know any details, it's just my gut after all. Well, that's true, I guess, and kinda gross. 8-bit, like Undertale. Is this an Undertale reference? Oh, it's the Lie Barbie. Barbies! No spoilers! This must be a library. Monokuma probably left something here too. I should hurry up and find it. What's up with the books being outlined so much? It's crazy. None of the clocks have hands. Okay, it's just the hologram, I think. Oh wait, I have a button for telling you this. There it is, yeah, it's just the hologram. Okay, let's read the hologram. I was too excited, yeah. A likely story. This hologram again. Must be another one of the Future Foundation's emails. I've acquired pattern recognition. Oh boy. Okay, I guess I have to say everything in the Monokuma voice now. I'm back. Let's do it one more time.
I should read it. There's no doubt that it's another clue. To Future Foundation 14th Division, Makoto Naegi. Makoto Naegi. Not again. Ah, yes, the heart. Okay, let's read. Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What you're doing is a serious act of treason. Do you understand? Yes. Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? It should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep these people alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully. You guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to the world. The 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agreed with our deals, right? The Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy you survived and cooperated with recovering your memories. Immediately return the remnants of despair to our headquarters. Unless we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope.
Is that enough? Are we good? What does this mean? The email was in Monokuma's voice? It's the reverse Monokuma. He's all about hope. This email suggests that someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. This email is addressed to Makoto Naegi. Though, I don't know who that is, but they sound awful. Like the worst person ever to exist. No problem. That's what the reward's there for. But he's with the Future Foundation, right? Then why was he trying to protect the Remnants of Despair? Did he betray the Future Foundation? Email to Makoto Naegi has been added to the Truth Below section of your handbook. I don't believe that Makoto is capable of anything, though. Who the hell has ever wanted to communicate with Makoto? Literally nobody. Remnants of Despair has been added to the Truth Below section of your handbook. Or updated. Whatever it said. Let's go. Yes. Let us leave. Can we go to the impossible pool? I'm gonna try going to the impossible pool. The impossible pool, if you will. Is it this way? No, that was the door. Is it here? Oh man, we can't go to the impossible pool. I don't actually really truly see the problem with a pool on the second floor, because it could just be a really thick floor. But I do think it's funny to think that they actually chose to do that instead of just having it on the base floor. I'm a real protagonist, like Hajime. When Nagito said, I always wanted to be a protagonist. Maybe because Nagito is possibly Makoto and he was just like, hey. Huh? Did I walk into a classroom? I don't really get it, but this looks like the laundry room. Wait, oh no, we're gonna be on the dorm floor when we turn back, aren't we? There's no use worrying about it, but it's in a school and now I'm suddenly in a laundry room. Still dig this remix. Tablet PC. Fancy. What year was this? Oh, I've totally been missing out on many Min Monokumas, haven't I? It sucks because I can't go backwards in this one, I don't think. We'll see. Yeah, I guess we'll look at the tablet PC. I thought we could look at the magazine as well, but I guess not. It has Junko Inoshima on it. This looks like a tablet computer. Looks like the power is on too. Is this the next clue? I picked up the tablet and immediately started examining it. Does it have Flappy Bird? Got any games? Clash of Clans? Neo World Program. Neo World Program? This word, Neo World, that is 2 words. Hajime? I seem to recall hearing it and seeing it a few times already. The Neo World Program has another name. Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator, or PCS. The Neo World Program is built with the most recent psychotherapy technology and administrative software. To develop the Neo World Program, individuals such as the Ultimate Programmer, the Ultimate Neurologist, and the Ultimate Therapist. Don't know the second two. Maybe Hajime is Makoto, but from a different timeline, and now they're colliding because Junko got resurrected somehow using black magic by sacrificing the real Monokuma that wasn't a robot at all, just a bear someone modified to be chaotic evil. A likely story. We're among the many talented people whose research results were utilized. By mounting a device to the cranium, the Neo World Program allows its subjects to experience a synthetic virtual world. Synthetic and virtual are practically synonymous. Kind of, I don't know, but it feels redundant to me. They're not really synonymous, but it feels redundant. Additionally, the Neo World Program has another feature. It can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the synthetic virtual world. Therefore, it is possible to undo trauma sustained in the real world through the use of the virtual world. Ah, you can just forget about your problems. This is basically just, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Neko Makotaru Nidaegi Taro. Man, that's a scary thought. He just became buff. I can't believe we forgot about buff Monokuma so quickly. Can we return to buff Monokuma for a second? What was that about? That was the scariest thing that ever happened in this game. However, this device is for psychotherapeutic purposes only. Any other use is expressly forbidden. Though it is highly effective in treating brainwashing, abusing the device risks total personality destruction. Thus, extreme care must be exercised when operating this program. Slowly, everything around me turned black. Synthetic virtual world? Program? Feeling of emptiness, like everything is being tainted. Feeling of weakness, like the world is collapsing beneath my feet. After Ibiki concert, everything is starting to feel meaningless. desperate attempts, the sad goodbyes, the conflicts, the trust I felt until now. It's all disappearing until all I feel is... despair. I screamed loudly as if I was confirming the sound of my own voice. There's no way I can accept this. I'm starting to accept that. Pardon? That was the most whiplash I've ever felt. He wasn't a bear, but he was a man, but the same size. Instead of a white half and a black half, it was a white half and an organs exposed half. Oh no! That's horrible. That's like Titans from Attack on Titan, but worse. You can see intestines. I'm starting to accept that there's no way something crazy as this actually exists.
Nice. You gotta raise the flags more in order to clear my character route. Now then, despair is waiting for you.
Impossible. This is impossible. It's all made up. Everything is all made up. Made up? Including me too? The NWP has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I wonder if I scared my cat with that. She's cleaning herself, it's fine. I think cats only... Oh no. We have a... Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. I was gonna say when cats clean themselves, I think they're generally supposed to be at peace.
Hey, how are you doing? Did you enjoy the killing school trip? By the way, do you guys remember the speech I made at the beginning? From this point on, I promise you a world that truly deserves to be called a game. You guys are the only ones I'm watching this who can save them. The end of the world is nigh. What you gonna do? What's gonna happen? Isn't it exciting? Isn't it heart-throbbing? Look forward to it.
Man, that was difficult. That was the hardest Monokuma theater I've ever had to perform. This whole way. It's the Matrix. When we first arrived here, I walked down this hallway from the classroom to get to the gym. I didn't really see a resemblance, but... We're getting the crushed version. 8-bit bug, yeah. Oh, there's the nurse's office, but it's gone. Oh, I saw Sonia for a second. Hey, Sonia. How are you doing? Are you imagining through all this? Are you familiar with the placebo effect and the nocebo effect? Something looks off. Yeah, the graphics, they're turned off. Huh? The models are turned off. The placebo effect is when your health improves after taking a fake medicine that you believe is real. And the nocebo effect is the exact opposite. Which means as long as the human brain controls all other bodily functions, the brain believes something is real, it will become real. Why would you bring that up all of a sudden? Huh?
Oh my.
Huh? I am not sure. I do not fully understand. What the heck? Which way am I going? Not that way, apparently. There's nothing over there. Is this a hidden Monokuma or a real Monokuma? Hello?
The moment you discover that the truth was a lie, all hope will disappear.
I'm looking for any hidden Monokumas while they turn all the barriers off. Oh, we're at level 69, I didn't even notice. I think we are at least. Yeah. A funny number. I'm gonna look around for any hidden Monokumas. Okay, nothing. Big object. Very descriptive. Thank you, game. What was that? Is this floating? That's impossible. There's no way something this big would be floating like this. That is not the craziest thing you've seen today, Hajime. But what in the world is it? The moment I looked at that object, it became Makoto Naegi. Oh, it's a door. No, it's not. It's a rave. It's a panic talk action. What is this? Oh, it's a terminal. Oh, it's Chihiro.
Welcome.
You know what planes are? It's something about aircrafts that the main characters of the series just don't get. Hangars, floating objects.
Welcome to the Neo World program.
A person?
A floating person is talking to me. Who is it? No, is this even a person in the first place? Not quite a person. I'm simply an artificial intelligence program. It would make me happy if you call me Alter Ego. That's the name my master gave me when he created me.
It can talk. But what are you? Alter Ego? Artificial intelligence program?
Hi, I'm the master program behind the Neo World program. I'm responsible for creating and overseeing this world. However, only the observer has the authority to directly influence you guys. I can't actually exert much influence. In fact, my existence is one that you don't normally meet.
It can talk, it can sing! I don't know what you're referencing.
I'm sort of like an apartment manager or something. They oversee the entire apartment building, but I lack the power to manage individual rooms. The virus has infected everything it's supposed to be managing.
Therefore I can fight!
And because of that, this world I'm managing is acting very peculiar.
Hold on! My brain can't follow what you're saying. Let me gather my thoughts first. 1, 2, come on guys, get closer. Damn it, it's that feeling from earlier again. This floating, like my feet are hovering above the floor. This is floating. I presume it's supposed to say floating feeling, but wow, that's funny. It's floating, like my feet are hovering. It's like I can't feel my feet over the ground. Like I can't even believe my own existence. Hey, you should know, right? Where is this place? Tell me, what is the Neo World program?
The Neo World program has omitted the data collection procedure for shaping the entire world, as such.
I'm gonna ignore that. Where does it say not female? It says not female.
Only the data we collected during the experimental stage is being utilized. Specifically, that means the data detailing Jabberwock Island, where this research facility is located. That is why the previous Jabberwock Island cityscape was restored.
Hold on, I missed all of that because I was thinking about the not female thing. Okay, I see.
There we go. Time to answer your question, where is this place? The answer would be mostly Jabberwock Island. Certain portions of it are different depending on the circumstances. For example, this school you're in. It appears this space is entirely under the virus's influence. That's probably why I'm appearing before you, too. However, even without the virus, these circumstances are a bit unnatural. It seems the launch was rushed. Because of that, there wasn't enough time to collect any data. I'm sorry, I don't really know the circumstances of the outside world. After all, I'm simply the overseer of the Neo World program.
Most of its words, I understood what they meant, but I couldn't understand what was being said. I feel like that's the other way around, but alright, whatever. There's no way for me to acknowledge it as the truth. It would make much more sense if this was a fictional world. Wait, are you saying this world is a fictional world? I don't feel so good. I feel like I can't believe what's going on. It's a missing sense of reality. All the mysteries, all the truths, they're all just fiction. Is that? And so I need to know. I need to know what this world is. Hey, can you tell me? What was the Neo World program used for in the first place? The Neo World? Oh wait, this is Alter Ego.
The Neo World program serves only one purpose. It's used to make the real world a splendid one. I guess you can say it's a program for creating hope.
Program for creating hope? The fact that we're here and the fact that we don't have our memories, it's all the program's fault, right?
Deleting memory is the first step toward replacing memory. Replacing memory data is one of the features of the Neo World program. With the installed memory control unit, it is possible to remove any time period you set it to, and from there you upload the memories obtained in the virtual world.
Removing memories of any time period you set it to? Monokuma was right, we did lose our school memories. Why? Why us? Why were our school memories taken away? There's a reason for that, right?
That is a mystery to me, too. Reading the program on the survivors of Hope Speed Academy while it's still in the experimental stage. I'm sure there was a very good reason. But unfortunately, I don't know what's happening in the outside world. I'm sorry.
Are you saying we're lab rats? That's the only thing I can think of. It sounds like we're just lab rats. Future Foundation did that to us. But they're trying to save the world, right? It's the Future Foundation, not our ally.
I'm sorry I can't provide that much help. If only I was more reliable. I wouldn't have lost my authority to a virus like this.
Oh, it maintained Chihiro's inferiority complex. I was getting the names confused for a second, but I was right. It's Chihiro. All these new words make my head feel like it's about to burst. Can you tell me more about the Observer and that virus?
Well, at this session, the Neo World program was programmed to house fit.
You know, there's a hair on my face that's just... There we go. I'm gonna stop scratching my face as much now because it was just making me itchy. There's a hair from my head that was just tickling every part of my face.
In this session, the Neo World program was programmed to house 15 people along with 2 monitors.
2 monitors?
Yeah, they were disguised as a teacher and one of the students. They were intended to guide the participants in this way. By the way, the observer in the teacher role has been given the authority to influence you all. The observer in the student role was not. They weren't given any special authority at all, so they'd seem the same as everyone else.
What kind of authority does the teacher role have?
As an example, the teacher creates the rules of this world and manages them. If the teacher is properly managing the rules they've created, there is no risk of abuse. Because of the virus infecting everything, that has changed. It changed the world where violence shouldn't have existed in the first place. The Neo World program would have promised eternal peace. But just like the outside world, it's become a world filled with violence and death.
What is that virus?
I don't really know the details behind its true identity. That function is beyond my capabilities. No matter how much I try to stop it, it behaves as if it already knows what I'm attempting to do. In the end, it stole the portion of my abilities which contained my authority to build the world. It was like it was a grandmaster chess player. I desperately tried to fight back so it wouldn't have complete control. Even so, a portion of the world has been modified at its convenience.
She's probably talking about Monokuma Rock in the funhouse. Based on what she's saying, it sounds like she's on the receiving end of a one-sided attack. But Alter Ego should be an impressive artificial intelligence the Future Foundation created. I can tell that just by communicating with her. Not female. Which means the supposed virus is so smart that it surpasses this Alter Ego? If so, does that virus possess an artificial intelligence just like her? Damn it, what the heck? An artificial intelligence waging an attack against another one? That's so freaking irritating. It's not the word I would use, but alright. Go for it, Hajime. Ugh. It feels like it's been longer than 55 minutes. But how did that virus infect the Neo World program?
The Neo World program exists in isolation. It's impossible it was infected through a network. I'm fairly certain someone physically uploaded it.
Physically?
Perhaps someone secretly brought an external memory drive containing the virus into the facility.
Just 1 second. Sorry, I just had to check something. Okay, back.
And directly uploaded it into the main computer where the Neo World program is installed. Based on my calculations, that's most likely what happened.
It was brought to the Future Foundation's facility. The only person who could enter that facility is someone who was a member of the Future Foundation. How do you know that, Hajime? Damn it, what am I thinking? Why am I assuming that what I just heard is, the truth? Why am I assuming that everything is a lie? Observers has been added to the Truth Board section of your handbook. Neo World program has been updated.
But it's true that the virus is powerful and that I'm completely overwhelmed by it. I'm still able to defend the essential areas, so it has a limit too.
A limit?
If it took over an observer, then it has to follow the rules of an observer. Such as, in order to end the program and release everyone, I need to follow the correct procedure and...
Hey! Okay! Even if you're just a god in the machine, that's enough hints from you! If you're gonna say something more, suppose that you exist between life and death. The death of yourself is inevitable. If so, it can be parallel to the reflection based on the definition of existence that constitutes the relationship. From there, the paradigm. Change results by being cut off rapidly and causes a situation where your own existence is unobservable and accelerates and crosses with the joint ownership of the world and the situation from the context invites your...
Ooh, you'd never want to be on mobile.
Death, 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 death. Death, 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 death.
Hey,
Death, 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 death.
Death, 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 death. I can't say it. It sounds like I'm getting a lisp now. I'm gonna save quickly. I'm genuinely scared that it's gonna crash.
Stupid, 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 stupid.
Oh, I have to press A. Oh no, I know that silhouette. You look so weird in black and white. Yeah. Oh no, I know that silhouette. But what the heck? What just happened? What did he sound like?
you're right there, aren't you? Someone is right there, right?
Huh? Who are you? Are you different from the earlier one? It's very, how you say, awful? Yeah, that's one way to put it, I guess. Maybe he can't hear my words from this side? I'm currently talking to the, wait, what did he sound like?
I'm currently talking to the world through alter ego. Ever since you guys vanished into that space, the video's feedback has been pretty distorted. But even so, we were forced to watch you this entire time.
Huh?
The things you guys were forced to do, we were forced to watch it.
Forced to watch us?
I really want to save you right away, but because of the virus's interference, I couldn't.
If he wasn't asthmatic? Oh yeah.
Our orders are no longer being accepted, including shutdown requests. The Neo World program is beyond our control. In that world, that person created an independent country that doesn't accept outside interference.
Yeah.
But Alter Ego created an opportunity for me to speak to you directly. If this means that's working, then it means that the person I need to talk to is right there. I hope.
Looks like this guy can't even hear me or see me. Just who is this guy anyway? Is he our ally? No, he sucks. Never trust him. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Since there's no time, I'm going to say what I need to say and believe you're there listening to me. But first, I should apologize to everyone. I know apologizing won't help, but we didn't imagine something like this would happen. We never expected such an atrocious virus was lurking inside the Neo World program. That's entirely our fault. It's our responsibility for not realizing it until it was too late. But it's not just the virus either. I can't say for sure that the program didn't have any problems in the first place. To tell you the truth, I was unsure about whether or not to run the program on you guys. But this is the only way to save you all. I wanted to save you guys.
Save us? What did he want to save us from? Why would this save us? Colon scraping weed. Wow! That's an insult I've never heard before, but it's very potent.
You've already seen the password to enter the graduation exam ground, right? You know, 11037.
11037, that's the number we found at Nezumi Castle.
The door to the ancient ruin was supposed to open after you all finished gathering the hope fragments. From there, you guys were supposed to challenge the graduation exam. However, I prepared that password just in case something went wrong. Like I said earlier, I had my doubts that this program was perfect. Even if the chance was slim, I thought the observer might end up going rogue. That's the reason I left that 11037 password in a place where the teacher role would not be able to go. I never thought Nagito, who saw it first, would erase that password. Anyway, I'm also the person who set the password to that number. That number contains a secret. Someone close to me left that number to save me when I was in a dilemma.
Sure. Kind of. That's sort of what happened, I guess.
Can you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm entrusting that will to you all. I've entrusted it to your future. But that person is trying to abuse the graduation exam.
What a dimwit. Yeah. I'm sure they are going to crush you with despair. You know what's funny? I would figure that they would never want people to remember the first case of that game. Of the first game. And they intentionally draw attention to it. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, oh well. After that's after Sayaka did? Nah, I don't think it ever came up, but maybe.
I'm sure they are going to crush you with despair using the graduation exam that's waiting for you. But I want you guys to endure without giving up on hope. I want you guys to withstand it until I get there. Because I have a secret to defeat them. Does that mean he has a secret plan to defeat Monokuma? In a worst case scenario, where an observer who has the role of teacher goes rogue, I've prepared a hidden command to use at the graduation exam site. It's the forced shutdown sequence.
Forced shutdown sequence? The name of this track is Boy's Life of Despair. Interesting.
Even a teacher's authority can't stop that command. It's a way to end this that you guys can choose on your own, independently of the observer. Which means even if they stole the teacher's authority, they shouldn't be able to stop it. If you use that, you guys will win. However, in order to start the forced shutdown sequence, you need more than half the number of people.
This is important during dual test. The flipping thinker statue comes back. The time at which is it Cindy Stone? I think that's her name. Died comes up again. It's like, and Larry's like, that time was an important clue left by my ex-girlfriend in order to save me when I was in a dilemma. It's like, no! Anyway. No, I actually remember that case quite fondly. I thought it was a good introduction to the series. You had to do some decent thinking there, unlike the 11037. In my opinion. It's also been a long time since I played it, so who knows.
However, in order to start...
Oh yeah, you need more than half the people.
And in order to do that, I need to somehow get that number as
Chemo and Yashibaba death. Oof. It's 9 hours fast.
Death.
Say what?
What was that just now? Hey, Hajime, what was that weirdness just now?
Nothing really.
I see.
Anyway.
Oh well, anyway, that's all the hints you're gonna get. If that no good artificial intelligence tells you any more useless stuff, I'm gonna butt in again.
Did Monokuma not notice what just happened?
It's been a while since I've spoken at length, but it was important to talk to you. It was worth waiting a long time here.
Hey, about that guy just now.
There shouldn't be anything else for you to ask me.
I see. It'd be bad if Monokuma overheard us. That means Monokuma doesn't know about the conversation I had with that guy just now.
You guys have a weapon, a very powerful weapon. It all depends on how you guys use that weapon. The only thing I can do is prevent the virus's invasion with all my might so you guys can use that weapon. The rest is up to you all. Do your best.
Do our best, huh? But what do we have to do our best at? The mystery is getting solved. I'm finally starting to see the truth. Oh no! Not again! But what are we supposed to do when that truth is really a lie? We know we're working towards a conclusion that nobody wants to hear. There's 6 of us left. How many were there? How many do we need? There's 6 of us and we need 8. Okay. So we need 2 people to come in. That's tough. But still, do we really need to work hard and do our best? Do we really need to work hard and do our best? Of course you do. This seems like a very difficult situation. Is there really a reason to do our best? Everything was a lie. And isn't everything just meaningless? It's the same for the killings too. Even though we had to experience something as painful as that, something as tragic as that, wouldn't all that be meaningless too? And the world is flipped over and becomes so irrational? What am I supposed to do? 11037 has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Oh, nah. If there's a mini Mario, then it counts, I guess. Shutdown sequence has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Well, that's everything in this room, right? Goodbye. Old building, first floor. Okay.
Ahem, ahem.
I guess not.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
Again, damn.
It's time for the long-awaited graduation exam.
Oh no, this is bugging out a lot.
Please enter the red door located on the first floor of Hope's Peak Academy.
Are we gonna start a trial tomorrow?
See you soon.
I'm trying to think. No. There was the lamp, right? The lamp cable? I don't know. A red door, huh? It's just a waste of time thinking about what this all means right now. But now I need to finish this. I need to just focus on that. The lamp. Yes. This is red. No, but I think they're talking about the courtroom, which is over there. Are we gonna just go in and finish this soon? Yeah, I think so. It means this red door, right? I just have to go in here. If I do that, will this be finished? I don't know. Oh boy, this is different. Do I have to do a backwards long jump? The clean hammer. Oh yeah. Well, actually it was a mallet in the first game, I think. Oh boy, it's getting very bright. I can't turn. Okay, let's go in. Lost trial, ground 1. Huh? This place.
Yo.
Looks like everyone's here.
Damn right.
It seems that this is going to be the final place.
However,
This is my no! Is that is, oh wow, you can really just say it looked like that, can't you?
No. However, this place is...
This place, is this a trial field? Why is it a trial field?
Sure looks like a trial ground, but the vibe is way different than the one from before. We've been here before, right?
Yeah, this should be the place that the door at the ancient ruins leads to.
Hey,
Huh? It seems pretty strange that we've been in that other building up until now.
damn it.
It's like we're dreaming or something.
This is a dream, and this too is very...
So you finally arrived! Congratulations! You guys are the first ones to ever beat this game.
My speedrun time! It's gonna be the best in the world! Or for 5 minutes, because we couldn't take it seriously. Oh, I need to fill up time now, apparently, because it seems like we're nearing a trial anyway. So let's laugh at that. Ha ha ha! It's Monokuma's butthole! Ha ha ha! It's a good joke, but I mean... How did you derail a stream for 5 minutes? After stopping by Hope's Peak Academy, I've never derailed a stream for 5 minutes or more. Never ever in my life. Oh boy.
After stopping by Hope's Peak Academy, you finally come back to this place.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, so it's different, right? I see. Why Autobot? What? Added term little. Oh no! What is Automod doing?
After stopping by Hope's Peak Academy, you finally come back to this place, to the graduation exam site within the ancient ruins of Chapawak Island.
We can give it a fancy name like graduation exam site, but it's no different than the trial ground from before.
It's quite different. It's got like spinny things around it. From before, stupid fool.
This trial field actually inspired the one from before, so in a way, this place is the original.
Hey, hey.
You had to try your luck. You just had to try your luck. Big gamers only, yeah. Big mood. It's the same term. And I think it's meant to add it for like half an hour once that happens. So I don't know why it's not letting Barbara speak anymore.
Who cares? This graduation exam means we can finally go home, right? Of course! If that's what you guys decide.
And if we decide, and if we have to decide, what do we have to do?
Now then.
Oh yeah, there's a little dot. Are you just flexing that you can say the word little?
Ahem. Please take a look at the LCD touch panel built into your seats.
Repeat or graduate?
Compared to the other trials, the rules are much simpler this time.
Yes, indeed.
Triggers the couple? What? I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, this is just like Facade. I know Facade. I know what happens when you say melon. They kick you out. I remember that game.
There are 2 options, graduate and repeat, right? You just have to choose one of them and press it. All of you will cast your vote, and whichever one has the majority will be considered your final decision. If you don't press either of them, it'll be treated as an absence and will not be counted.
In other words,
Which means everyone who has died up to now will have their votes treated as absences.
then.
And the result is based on our majority vote.
Ahem! If graduation is chosen by a majority vote, from there, an event that's kinda like a graduation ceremony called the graduation program will begin.
Even if we do the stupid majority vote, the result is already pretty damn obvious. Come on, let's move this along. We can press it now, right?
No.
No! You can't do that yet! I mean, your resolve hasn't firmed yet, right? Your will to be swept away by society's harsh current.
Shut up!
Who the hell cares? I'm gonna press it.
What's this?
My, which of your orifices are you using to spew bile?
That's a horrible image.
To participate in the graduation program, you need my final say as your teacher, you know?
But what does that mean? It won't end with just a majority vote?
That's right.
After the vote, I'm going to judge every single one of you to see if it's okay for you to graduate or not.
Damn it.
So even if we vote, you're saying we won't graduate unless you acknowledge it?
Well,
I'm terribly sorry for being rude earlier.
no way.
But you don't have to worry. There's no way I won't acknowledge your graduations. This is merely a formality. I'm just doing it because that's how it has to be.
He's doing it because it's how it has to be. Doesn't mean he can exert his will over everything. He too has a limit. Is this what Alter Ego was talking about?
Anyway,
Even if you don't want to do it, you guys still need to do it to solve the mystery. Afterward, you cast your majority votes, and from there, we move on to the graduation program.
But why do we even have to go through something so dumb?
Well, that is...
You said you were waiting for the main cast, right? Which means you're just stalling for time then. Who's the main cast?
Oh, no need to worry about that. It has nothing to do with you guys.
that is
There is no way it has nothing to do with us. We're the only ones who are involved, you know?
so annoying.
It doesn't matter if you're involved or not. You're just a bunch of chumps in the big picture. That's why it has nothing to do with you. Just perform your roles without complaining.
You pissed me off.
Oh, hold on. What's with that chump comment?
I can't ignore that.
I can't ignore that!
Not that it's important or anything, but make sure you turn off that toy.
I won't forgive you.
How dare you treat him like a toy?
What's this?
I did treat it like a toy. You got a problem with that? I created everything. Woohoo, you're actually picking a fight with me? I'm basically a god! Just how promising can you guys be? I guess this is just the nature of life. Fine then, before you die, sear my power into your memories.
Oh no. Is he gonna kill Minimaru? How dare you? What's about to happen? Yeah, I would like to save my progress. But never mind. Hello world, hello. What skills do I have again? I think I have all the ones that I want. We have 69 points. Nice. Yeah, I guess we'll just come back to this later. We'll start this trial tomorrow, and if there's an intermission, we can finish it on Saturday, I guess. We did save, so we can just return to the main menu. Yes.
Danganronpa.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. We had a good time. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We saw the horrible boy return, and we'll have a trial tomorrow. I don't know what exactly the topic of the trial will be, but we'll see. It's very possible. It is. I don't know. I might want a break, but we'll see. We're starting. We'll see what happens next week. I'd expect long streams if you plan to do it in 2 streams. I'd start early then. We'll see though. I don't mind going late tomorrow. Might start early on Saturday, but we'll see. I'll just update the schedule page, and yeah, I'll just keep that up to date. But until then, have a good day, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow, probably the same time, but we'll see. Yeah, have a good day, and goodbye.